What's up, Ninja? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about how Nintendo Switch's 2019 RPG lineup already looks crazy. There's a number of RPGs that are coming out, solid core RPGs out there, not kind of the mixture of kind of like other RPGs or light RPG mechanics, but in today's video, we're going to be talking about those core RPGs that you're going to probably be able to dig hundreds of hours into. And shout outs to my boy Stealth for kind of lining up these games and giving me a video idea as well. And we are starting off with Digimon Survive on the Nintendo Switch. This game is coming out in 2019. It just got a confirmation for the West as well, so it's going to be on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and also on Nintendo Switch. Now in Japan, it's only coming to PS4 and Nintendo Switch. And the reason why I'm talking about this title, I want to talk just a little bit more on it. This game is kind of like Fire Emblem. If you're into Fire Emblem, if you're into strategy RPGs, Disgaea, then this one should be on your radar. There's going to be around 100 Digimon to collect. You're going to have elements that can affect the story, so it's not just combat. You're going to have multiple different options and paths that you can choose in order for different outcomes, so that also increases the replay value of the game. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of different combinations and type of attacks you can do based on the gameplay footage that we do have. And the thing that I'm most excited about when it comes to Digimon Survive is actually the art style and the progression. I love when strategy RPGs have great progression systems, and it seems with the amount of Digimon that you can have, there's going to be a lot of different things that you can throw into the mix, a lot of different moves that you can get to overwhelm your foes or to out-strategize them, so that's awesome. But also the Mass Effect elements, being able to select different dialogue options is actually really cool, and something that I didn't think that I'd ever want in a Digimon game, or even that I'd even play a Digimon game, but I'm definitely excited to check this one out. So make sure you guys see some of the other videos that I've done on Digimon Survive. We also have gameplay as well in my last video. I think this one is definitely a game that you should have on your radar if you're a Nintendo Switch fan, or heck, if you're just an RPG fan in general. It's coming out in 2019. So let's go ahead and move on to the next title here. And speaking of Fire Emblem 3 Houses is coming out in 2019 for the Nintendo Switch exclusively. So what makes Fire Emblem 3 Houses so special? Well, one, because it's developed by Intelligent Systems. They are the strategy RPG gods. They know how to get it done. They've made some of the most memorable and best strategy RPGs of all time. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, what makes this one good? Why are you guys going to want to pick it up? Well, because of the new battle elements in the game. Now each like squad leader, so if you have like a class, they actually bring troops to the battle, so the battles are bigger and better than ever. It kind of has like a grand scale to it, to where you haven't really seen that before in Fire Emblem games. You look at the games and it's kind of like the overhead, and then it kind of looks kind of small, and then they zoom into the battle, then it goes into more of a 3D, but everything's been on the 3DS. In this one, the battles look huge, it looks sprawling, it looks like a real war is going on, and that's what I love the most about it. You can get stat buffs, you can get different things based on whatever class that you are. You'll have different types of attacks that you can do, of course. They'll probably still have the weapon triangle, but the biggest thing to me is like the whole troops, how you have different troops that kind of come into battle. How are you going to be able to strategize with that? What's going to be the best way? Can you level that up? Fire Emblem 3 Houses is already looking like a sizable step above what we've ever seen when it comes to a Fire Emblem game. Now, another thing to note with this game is that there actually is going to be free roaming parts as well. You'll be able to walk around a castle. You'll be able to kind of maybe buy weapons or upgrade or level up or do whatever you need to do. Probably level up in map, but I like the fact that they added that in there, because a lot of Fire Emblem games don't give you that option. We just actually got that back with Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, where you can kind of move around in certain areas of the dungeons. You can move around, and this one, it seems like we don't know if that's going to be coming back, but we do know that we will be able to move around the castle or your base camp. So that is also very exciting to see something like that in a Fire Emblem game. This is the first HD console Fire Emblem game. It will be a game that you definitely need to check out on the Nintendo Switch if you're an RPG fan. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next title, which will probably sell the most out of all of these games that I'll talk about today. And that is Generation 8 and the brand new Pokemon Nintendo Switch game. No, not Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That's coming out this year on November 16th. I'm talking about the brand new core mainline game that's not based off of or heavily influenced by Pokemon Go. There will be a brand new Pokemon game with brand new Pokemon in there and all the bells and whistles that you loved from games like Pokemon X and Y or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It's going to be a core RPG Pokemon game that's going to have all the wild battles. It's going to have everything that you liked in those games, and of course more. You know, the Pokemon Company always likes to add something new to the new gen of Pokemon or on a brand new system. Now, we don't know much details or information about this one, but all we do know is the details that I just said right there, that it's going to be that core game. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. It's going to have a lot of the stuff that you're used to. But some things that I'd like to see in this one, for me at least, is improved online play and improved battle system when it comes to streamlining things, and some new quirks within the battle system. This will be the first time that we're going to see Pokemon in terms of it being the core RPG like an X and Y in HD on the Nintendo Switch with what we're used to, okay? With what we're used to there. So I just want to see some really flashy looking battles, because it's probably going to be turn-based, because they said it's going to be like Pokemon X and Y or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So I don't think they're going to change from the turn-based formula. They're not going to make it an action RPG, although I would like to see a little bit more of a faster pace system. So even like an ATB Dodge or like a mini one would be good, just because I think that sometimes when you play online, people take too long. I know they have a timer up there, but I think that it would be a little bit better and more representation of the actual anime if they made it to where you don't have forever to pick, or you don't have 1 minute to tell your Pokemon what to do. So I would like to just see a little bit more of sped up battles even in the single player. I think that it would be cool if you can just say, hey, you have this amount of time or the next person's going to go. So I just want to see battles get picked up just a little bit more, put a little bit more pressure on the player to pick that next move and to kind of get the battles going. So those are only my thoughts on there. Obviously, if they don't do that, it's completely fine. If you guys don't like that, that's completely fine as well. I was just kind of thinking of some ideas that they can do to kind of just speed up things just a little bit without making it an action RPG or something like that. So that's Pokemon Gen 8. That's obviously going to be a huge seller. That's probably going to sell the most out of all this. But what is up next? Yes, and we're moving on to a game that probably should have came out this year alongside the PS4 and the PC versions. And yes, that is Dragon Quest XI on the Nintendo Switch. There is no Nintendo 3DS version of this game. That is only in Japan. So the West isn't getting it. Well, there is a version of the game, but you got to go to Japan or import it if you want it, and you got to know Japanese, or you just got to struggle through the gameplay if you want to play that one. This game, Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age, is coming out this September for the PS4 and the PC. The Nintendo Switch version is probably coming next year. Now, the reason why it was delayed, according to Square Enix, is because they had some issues with Unreal Engine 4. Now, what did we learn recently about Unreal Engine 4? It got a massive update that Fortnite has already been enjoying for quite some time. So that should really be able to help the Nintendo Switch version of Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. Now, I've watched this game in terms of the Japanese gameplay, and it is a gem. This is Dragon Quest the way it's supposed to be. It looks amazing. It plays great. There's some great innovation within the turn-based combat. It's just a lot of fun from what I have seen, but I didn't understand anything that was going on because it was in Japanese. We did also get a first look at the Western gameplay as well. It just looks vibrant, looks fun. Obviously, it probably won't look as good as what they're showing off because that's either the PlayStation 4 or the PC version, but I still think because of the art style, because of Unreal Engine 4, because of what they've done to upgrade it and make Unreal Engine 4 games actually look pretty good on Switch. While we don't get the 3DS version of the game and the type of graphical styles that it does have, we still get the main reason to even pick up a 3DS version of the game, and that is to be able to play Dragon Quest XI anywhere that we want. You get the console level PlayStation 4 graphics, and you also get the portability of the Nintendo 3DS, so I'm excited to play Dragon Quest XI on the Nintendo Switch when it drops next year at some point. I will still be picking up Dragon Quest XI on the PC or PlayStation 4 as well. Probably PlayStation 4, played on my PS4 Pro. So Dragon Quest XI is looking hype, but we have one more RPG coming to Nintendo Switch that we'll talk about for 2019 that I'm actually even more excited than Dragon Quest XI. And that is Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the Nintendo Switch. Guys, what else can we say about this? Well, not a lot, because there's not a lot of information, but I will go over some of the facts that we do know. So this game really ramped up in development at the end of last year / early this year. They're looking to make this game on the Nintendo Switch because the developers said that they want people to be able to relax and play the game when you're doing like the whole demon fusion and when you're grinding out levels. Nothing's better than that, in my opinion, and at least in the developer's opinion, than having a Nintendo Switch version of it, where they can just focus on that system. This is an Unreal Engine 4 game. Shin Megami Tensei games, the mainline ones, have been coming exclusively to Nintendo platforms for the last couple entries now. We had Shin Megami Tensei 4, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Final, and both of those games were absolutely great, but you can see the fatigue that was wearing on the Nintendo 3DS. It was time to step things up just a bit, and Shin Megami Tensei 5, there's going to be the same type of battle system. It's going to be a traditional type of RPG that you've seen before from a Persona or Shin Megami Tensei game, and there's going to be demon fusion, and the developers really want to make sure that you can play the game while relaxing, lying down on the sofa, and all of that. Expect there to be some pretty cool HD rumble as well. I think that they're probably going to take some cues from Octopath Traveler. I know it's different companies. This is Atlas / Sega, and that was Square Enix, but I think that with the different type of magic attacks, that is perfect for HD Rumble, especially with a game like Shin Megami Tensei with the lightning and all the stuff that they have. I think that's just going to be great. I think they can really incorporate some great HD Rumble that enhances the gameplay. At least I know for me, it enhances things. So I'm excited for Shin Megami Tensei 5. Looks good. Unreal Engine 4. Haven't gotten much gameplay. Haven't really gotten any real gameplay. Just got a couple teaser trailers at this point. But it's looking like it's going to be another solid RPG and solid Shin Megami Tensei game exclusive to Nintendo Switch. Was there any other Switch RPGs that you're looking forward to in 2019? Also list those in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting PlayerEssence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you for the next video. Peace.